Is James Charles in trouble? You won't believe this drama. We got a lot to talk about. If you hear noises in the background, it's my assistant Cody rearranging our studio. Cody!
Hello.
Thank you, Cody. Okay, so let's talk. So again, excuse the noise of the Cody. Okay. James Charles in the drama again. James Charles posted a TikTok video. And in the TikTok video, he's begging his audience to do this campaign where they submit a makeup look for his makeup brand. Yes, James Charles Cosmetics, I guess. I'm just calling it that. That's probably not the name. We've yet to find out what the name is. So he's asking his audience. I'm gonna play you the clip. Here we go. Okay, and we're back. Grab a snack, come on back. Because you're not going to believe this, girl. I have a lot to say. You already know. You come here for all the tea, all the time. Ain't no scandal I can't handle. So James Charles is telling his people to make a TikTok, hashtag James Charles campaign, and just put on makeup and say why you want to be in the campaign. Okay. The thing is, right, if you really pay attention to what James Charles said in the video, he wants TikTokers. Not Etsy people, not YouTubers, not Facebookers, not Snapchatters. He wants TikTokers to submit videos for his makeup line. And he's gonna choose people, fly them to LA, and do the whole campaign. Thank you, Cody. Can you fold the towels, Cody? And also tell Moses if he can mow the lawn. Okay. All that to say this, I don't think James Charles is really ready for what's about to happen. You know, somebody asked him, when are you going to announce the winners? James Charles didn't even know that he was going to announce the winners.
When does it start? It starts today. I posted the video on my TikTok, so if you guys want to find out more information, you guys can head over there. Yes, there is a hashtag. It's hashtag James Charles campaign. So make sure you guys use that so I can easily find them. James Charles campaign.
That to me lets me know he's not as prepared as we think he is. And honestly, Cody, can you feed the cat? Thank you so much, Cody. I kind of felt like this, girl. James Charles palette, it's just like, you've seen one palette, you've seen them all. There's no new colors you're adding to the rainbow. There's nothing new. Like, are you inventing a new color? Are you inventing a new makeup application, a patent pending tool here? Like, you know what I'm saying? What is going on? Well, I asked some of you guys on my TikTok, what do you guys think about it? A lot of people said they're not supporting it, that they can't believe he's making this makeup, he's too late to the game. And I kind of felt like, is James Charles doing this TikTok route so he doesn't have to pay them any money? Even in his live stream, they asked him, do people get +1s? And he said no. He then talked about how, you know, it was extremely expensive. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you don't even have enough money to do a proper campaign. And he said, I feel like he was throwing shade at Tati Westbrook because they asked him.
All I really care about is that you have a passion for makeup, you love doing it, and it makes you happy, and you would be interested in being in a campaign. We're definitely looking for people that are comfortable speaking in front of a camera, so that is pretty important, I will say. And we're looking for people that are just creative and basically like have balls. Like that's really the best way to put it is like, I feel like when it comes to makeup, you know, with watching beauty gurus and all these amazing artists online, a lot of people get intimidated, like to think like, oh, I could never do that, right? Like even like my stylist, Lena, for example, right? Like every time that she's in the studio when I'm filming, she always says like, I could never do that makeup look. And I always tell her, yes, you could, you just have to try. And I think a lot of people get really intimidated and scared to explore with their makeup or experiment with their makeup or try new trends or tricks because it seems really hard or it seems like it would be difficult. And the reality is of course, you know, some tricks and techniques can be really hard, but you're never gonna try it or you're never gonna get it unless you try. And who knows, maybe your try could be amazing and it also might not be, but that's the beauty about makeup is it wipes off and you can easily start it over and try again, right? So we're looking for people that aren't necessarily the best makeup artists in the world, but are willing to try new things and be creative. That's really the biggest criteria. Obviously we're looking for 10 artists for the campaign, but a lot more than 10 people have already submitted, which we're so grateful for. So although there'll only be 10 people chosen to come to LA to actually be in the campaign, we're going to be choosing a ton of people to add to the PR list as well. So that'll be really great. So even if you don't actually make it to the campaign, or if you're not super confident or whatever it is, I still urge everybody to submit a video and try their best, because you might make it on the PR list, which could be, you know, just as much fun to get the products first and get to play with them and show them off on social media and stuff like that. So will you be able to bring a +1? I am not sure, probably not, if I'm being completely honest, just because we're gonna get hotel rooms and everything for everybody, and we're gonna have to pay for the flights and everything and still do the whole shoot, so it's gonna get really pricey really fast. If I'm being so real with you guys. This is my brand that I'm launching. I have no investors. This is not with some big partner or anything. It's all me and my money that I've invested and poured years of my time into. So we don't have, it's certainly not a, you know, $10 million budget for this first campaign.
Situations, but I don't want to expose all the tea, because you know, I have to, you know me, I'm going to drop, this is going to be a whole week worth of content right here. I think he threw shade at Tati Westbrook when he said, and I'm funding it, I have no investors, no one backing me. And I think if James Charles is putting his own money, God, Morrissey's coming in right now, let me see. Did you see James Charles? Yeah, I see James Charles videos. I kind of feel like if James Charles is putting his own money into this, it's not enough. No, girl. It's not enough. James Charles, you need to have millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for a successful brand. If you look at brands like Apple Computer and Samsung and Microsoft and Sony, they're household names. And yet they're still pumping money into advertising. They're still putting their stuff on billboards just to stay relevant till this day. So if you really want to have a successful brand, you got to have deep pockets and a lot of money into it. So it's very rare that you can come out with, I don't know, a little lipstick and boom, it sells out. We're way past that at this point. If you're not doing anything new under the sun, what are you doing? I do think a lot of people are going to be watching James. I think people at Morphe, his competitors such as maybe Jeffree Star, Tati, Jaclyn Hill, they're going to see what does he have up his sleeve. Because you know this makeup community, they copy each other. When one brand does something good, another brand does the same thing for a little cheaper. That's just how this community works. And then again, you're stacking yourself up against brands like Christian Dior and Chanel and these Estee Lauder and Too Faced and just these bigger brands. So I don't know. I think that the people who are going to buy James Charles cosmetics are going to be his own fan base. But like I said, the whole thing, it seems very iffy to me. And I just feel sad. I feel like he's just wasting his money throwing it into a money pit. But I think that he should have did this a lot sooner. If he would, but then he couldn't. People, James Charles could not have done this sooner because he locked himself into a contract with Morphe, which then prevented him from having his own brand because it was a conflict of interest if they would have did that. I think the contract is over now. He's going to do his makeup line. It's too soon. It's too late. You already made your money. Do something fun and superficial. But like, and then, don't get me started. And then he says, oh, you have to be 18 years or older. Of course, he doesn't want another scandal. I think that the general public, when they see James, there's just so much drama behind him that they see him, oh, I'm not going to buy it because of this. I'm not supporting James Charles because of that. And there's too much going in different directions. But that's my opinion on it. I don't know. I feel sorry. I kind of feel bad for James Charles. He went live on TikTok to promote his makeup brand. He also posted a TikTok. As of the time making this video, I don't even think he's made a YouTube video talking about it. Let me check. Let me double check live right here to see if James Charles made a video about it, but I highly doubt it. So James Charles' last YouTube video is called Eyes Closed Makeup Challenge. It was 5 days ago and it has 552,000 views. Before that, doing my makeup, I guess on a boat or something, and then guess makeup products, like these are the videos right here. He can't even break 1 million anymore. James Charles used to hit 1 million. The last time James Charles hit 1 million views was 1 month ago, and it was, I bought $1,000 worth of budget makeup or something like that. And I think that James Charles, this is very interesting because James Charles is very manipulative and very calculated. So he strategically, just from a PR business standpoint, James Charles is strategically asking TikTokers to submit makeup videos because it's cheap, it's free, people want the clout. And do I think people are going to answer? Yes. Do I know if they're going to get paid for being in this campaign? Probably not. I got more receipts coming in right now. Let's see. I'm going to save that receipt for tomorrow. You got to wait. You got to wait for tomorrow's tea. The piping hot tea, girl. This is very strategic, right? If you notice, everyone's going to TikTok now for their beauty videos. But guess what? The pendulum's going to swing and go back to YouTube. James Charles dropped his makeup launch, where he's announcing it rather, on TikTok. Not YouTube. Not YouTube at all. No. I just find it very interesting why he doesn't get on TikTok, YouTube, and say, hey, I'm having my makeup come out. If you want to enter, head on over to Tickety Talk and check it out over there. He's not doing that. Very shady the house. But who am I, girl? Who am I? Very interesting tea. You got Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics over there allegedly filing for bankruptcy, snatching people's cozy brands up. You got Kylie Cosmetics can't sell lipstick to save her life. You got Rihanna at the Super Bowl with Fenty Beauty. That's where everyone's buying. You got Hailey Bieber and Rhode. They can't even sell makeup to save their life right now. Ain't no one buying that. It's a tough market. It's like squeezing blood out of a rock. Do I think James Charles will be successful in his makeup? Yeah. I think he'll be semi-successful. I don't think he'll do record-breaking numbers selling across the world. I don't think so. And I will buy it and I will review it and we'll talk about it here on YouTube, and we'll also talk about it on TikTok, and we'll also talk about it on Instagram and all that, and we'll talk about it on Christian Mingle, and we'll do all that. We're gonna review the James Charles makeup, but I don't know. I kind of feel bad. I do think a little bit too late, but I get for contracts he had to. But watching him go on TikTok and say, "Hey guys, audition to be in my makeup campaign," I think it's cheap. Fix my damn eyelash, girl. I think it's cheap, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he's gonna come hard on a makeup brand, this is the first thing you do. Out of all the celebrity friends that he has that probably would have done it for free. James Charles is at it again. Yep. Everyone, this is talk of the town. This is talk of the town. Out of all the people James Charles knows, celebrities, he's asking free people on TikTok to review it. You could say it's smart. Maybe it's not, but I do think it's very budget. It's giving very budget. That's just my opinion all day long. Now, it doesn't matter what I think about this drama. It matters what you guys think about it. So let me know what you think about it in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I love you so much.